Tabii. Oğlum maç başlamış. Gambit almış hatta ya.
Almış. Ne oluyor lan?
On the defense. We don't see this very often from them. It's not often they go looking, they go hunting for a fight here, particularly in the pistol round. But again, diligence-wise, nobody considering the possibility. I think actually.
Ne yapıyorsunuz? Ciddiyet ya.
Çalışmışlar.
Kanka ya ne gerek var? Full focus olmaları lazım.
They just scurry and get out of there like little rats escaping the ship.
Girin. Neyi bekliyorsun? Çok güzel. Koş.
Gidip Spectre almadı harbiden onları yapacağım diye ya. Sezgin abi.
This will be hopefully clean enough for Ascend, and there's the dash, and actually Killers
Al
is
işte.
fully blind. BO2 needs to be careful here. They can cross this corner if they're feeling themselves.
Ne yapıyorsun?
Ya kanka. Ya böyle troll taşak yaparlarsa. Ya.
Okay, Spike's going A. Okay.
Ama kalın ikiliye bir bak Ferit.
Abi bu ikili de kalın ikili ha. Bu ikilinin round verme olasılığını hesaplıyorum. %2 falan. Maksimum
Net
yani.
boşuna ulti attı Net. Alamazlar çünkü. Alo.
Alo ne yapıyorsun Zik? O bıçak ne? Adamla uzaktan bana koyayım. Sıçtım bıçağa. %5 oldu. %10 oldu. Ama Cino var ya.
Bu çocuk salar.
Cino var ya. Tık ya. Tık.
Thank God for that.
I mean, they found 3 players there, took away those rifles, going to force out the reinvestment. This is a damn close game.
And the important thing, the stack's detected so early, but still they don't commit the spike, right?
Yep.
They know just on the off chance the Chronicle goes huge again and stops that B-site hit. Again, Zeke, a little bit whiffy, but the information is there early enough. cNed can kind of just tuck in and wait for that peek out, with Zeke being a little lower HP-wise. I was worried now for a little bit of weapon there, but they come in at the last second. Ascend.
Çok güzel.
Ne yapıyor lan Defo? Bir de koşa koşa geldi vurdu ya. Ay.
Abi şey dost. Hayır öyle bir şey yok. Şey dost.
Al Cino da al sana dedi. Ben öyle vurursam.
Ya
oku bile atamıyor kanka.
Kanka öyle deme, Chronicle bu. Harbi atamadı, ikisi ikinciyi de vuramadı.
O ne?
Hadi bakacağım.
Redgar. Böldüm hepi.
Öldü kanka. Oğlum kritik el ha.
You wouldn't do that. Maybe in
Helal Bonko.
Güzel Bonko.
When cNed plays in, he moves through the divide. Great timing, the push and the pull, taking the eyes away from the prize. But the spike now has to get towards a site. Spike going down. I don't think anything's going to stop it. Chip damage enough. Killers is going to respect that and fall away to a new post-pop position eventually.
Kaçırdı. Son Killers.
Ben öndeyim.
There's the contact made. They now has no chance for now. Has to
3v1
receive
ya.
for a second.
Get tagged out as well. He's going to look to follow up on that information. Just to slow him down a little bit as well. Chronicle not an awful lot he can do in this scenario. Looks like he will peel away. Try and hold on.
Operatörü de almadı.
Güzel.
Altında operatör vardı bu arada.
Again, it's so difficult for Ascent to maintain this
nasıl önden gidiyor ya? Oğlum nasıl öne atabilir Rauf amına koyayım?
Aynıyız oğlum.
Aynıyız.
Ya ben genel olarak yapılan hareketlere çok güzel diyorum. Bir sonraki hareket de güzel olduğu için önde diyorsunuz amına koyayım. Alakası
Yok kanka önde değilsin ya. Evet oluyor ya. O DC'deki pıt pıt sorunu hala çözemedim. Onu Jirox çözmüş. Jirox! Chat'te misin lan?
they need to stop.
Burcuva 14. ayın kutlu olsun Burcu.
Side of Ascent.
Çok teşekkürler.
They start exploring mid. Maybe greet some of this presence towards Catwalk if send up to go this way against Kilos, man. Just I love this though. They're moving with intent.
Windows 11 düzeltir mi lan harbiden?
Try and close out that tag with the Owl drone. Gambit actually gonna
Nasıl çözdün Jirok?
potentially consider some of the things we've been discussing.
Valorant iyi çalışmıyor diye biliyorum ben. Öyle bir şey demişti.
Windows 11'de ben Valorant'ı çalıştıramayıp geri ona döndüm.
Gambit, we've already seen that in the first map anyway, but even just at this scoreline, I don't think there's any problems. They have a deep enough strat book, even just at face
Discord
value.
kenarı ne
They
ya?
have options in this. I think something that's a little different to my eye, at least.
Discord'un şey abi test
Is that
sürümü.
it's actually Bone Cold who's having a bit of a
Sürümleri
moment
ilk oraya
here.
geliyor.
We've seen pretty much everyone else from that side have some really big impactful
Onu
rounds,
yaptım
you know,
Velex'i.
some influential games.
Sesleri
but
ses
Bone
kartını
Cold's been
sistem
kind of the
kısmını
quiet
aldım.
leader.
Hepsi çözüldü.
And now he's kind of leading from the front a little.
Sesleri ses kartını sistem... O ne demek ya?
I guess a player that's not always reflective numerically. When you look back at some games, it's always a big confidence booster to have a player like that come online. Again, seen it. I don't want to say he had a quiet map one, but in terms of the second half of that, he wasn't able to achieve an awful lot on the attack. Again, Defo shutting down a lot of those with just simply rotating.
Evet, ses kartı var ya bizim. Virtual ses kartı mı? Voice meter mi? Game müzik sistem diye ayırıyor. Ha şey değil, VLR'yi diyorsun. O XLR'ı diyorsun pardon. Evet. Nereden alıyorsun onları sisteme?
Plenty of credits now sitting behind this buy for Ascent. For Gambit, it's odds and ends.
Neyse onu yapalım bir ara. Jirok. Just for you 17 aydır. Verstappen, Latifi, Perez, Mick Schumacher vs Hamilton. Ah abi, ah abi. Dobra teşekkür ettim.
Duydu.
Çok güzel oğlum.
Çok güzel oğlum be.
Tamam yeniden sonra şey yapalım.
Okay, not much damage done. We talk about maybe chipping away at it, forcing them some repurchases. Nothing.
And at this point, it doesn't mean an awful lot either. The 5-round deficit.
And Defo's been quiet.
Maçsın.
Actually, most of Gambit
Ses
have.
kartının time verir.
Nat's unable to find much impact just yet, and it's night and day. But again, 3 rounds is all they needed on the first. This though looks a little bit more commanding, and again, when we look at the map choice, this does sit
safe modu
like you'd
kaldırsan.
imagine Ascend should be able to get across the finish line on this, and hopefully that then opens up the entirety of the map pool, get a full best of 5.
Hopefully,
would be nice.
Because the next one's a bit of a curveball as well.
It's a bit weird. We'll talk about that when he gets to it as well. But into this one, Seekers do come through and confirm they need to get a bit of a wiggle on. Most of the players eyeing up that B site. So the duo who surprised us, Chronicle and Nats, hitting such high notes on map 1.
cNed'i nasıl keşfettiniz
Do a bit of
aga?
that now.
Cino'yu abisi sayesinde tanıdım ben ya. Alihan eski arkadaşımla. Oradan tanıdım.
Are they going to check this? They have to check
Starzo
this.
knows exactly where they are. He's pinged them on the minimap.
But I still want Bone Cold Zeke. If they even start trying to play towards middle, really trying to address this, even with just a swing, this is not what I wanted. That's a disaster in the making. And now he even predicts the push-up as well, finding Starzo. Shados has just dismembered this hit. Oh, Redgar as well.
Nasıl verdik böyle?
Şimdi öyle oyun falan oynuyorduk.
They feel pretty solid about this and Nats wants to get into
Kanka.
Yeter artık ölmeyek ya. Nice.
Güzel oğlum. O yalandan vuruyordu gene ha.
Bak oradan da bir mermi tutturdu ya. Bir şey yaptı yine ya.
Çok güzel. 3 ve 2 oldu bir anda.
You want to fighting. Yapma. Rahat dur Defo.
Eyvah. Tamam güzel güzel güzel.
Gave it a damn good attempt, but
Cino.
careful now. cNed was ready to get involved as well.
Ne yapıyorsun lan?
They back away and look for the next option,
Tamam.
which actually isn't a bad shout, but the door gets shut in their face.
Defo had to swap off that operator to make it a little bit easier on the way back in. And nothing to work off though. 2 smokes for Defo, but you see Ascent set up to greet them here.
Clears the right corner with the spray through the smoke, but It's two sitting at very favorable angles on the left side that's going to make it
Güzel.
very
Tamam, bitti lan.
tricky. Can't get it done
Nice.
now, Chronicle.
Helal.
Helal.
Another big
7-2.
impact round from the man himself.
Zeke gerçekten ekstra oynuyor bugün ama.
Evet evet, bugün gerçekten
Where they left
iyi
off
oynuyor.
7-2 now.
Actually, credit where credit's due. Gambit read that perfectly after not
7-2.
feeling any pressure on the
Bon
side.
Cold
I'm
her
not
zaman
sure if
gibi bu
actually
arada.
any of key
Stabil ya.
responsibility
Stabil abi.
is noted. Actually, did actually eat that flash on the way out. You can see Gambit tried to swing out of the cage. Try and reduce the numbers on the side of Ascend. But like I said, Gambit read this perfectly. They're set up in the right place. But
Hadi abi atakta alabildiğiniz kadar alalım ya.
not
Neyse.
going their way. And we're back in a scenario now after that
Aa,
one
Force
round
mu
where
gelmiş? Force
it's
gibi bir
almost
şey.
fallen apart. There's
Stinger'ı var
18
Redgar'ın.
gibi.
behind this purchase for Gambit.
Half Farmer 2 kişi. 3 kişi
Redgar's on
hatta.
Stinger.
Cino'nun ultisi var bu arada.
Doesn't sit
Uçacak mı
well.
buradan?
It doesn't.
Uçar.
No,
Sami.
he's got ult as well,
Uçsa da
so
göremez
he
ki.
says if he fancies it.
Chronicle'ı. Heaven'ı görüyor değil mi oradan uçunca Sami?
Hayır görüyor. Backside'ı
Backside'ı ve Heaven'ı
görüyor.
görüyor.
Öyle mi?
Finds him at
Görüyor.
imposition.
Uçarsa görür.
The dog being invested over towards that
Tabii.
site, gonna push up. Don't know if
Ben
it
geçen
quite
Sami'yi
links.
izledim.
It might have done
Sami
on both
buradan
of
uçuyor.
Görüyor muydu?
Just turn in time,
Oradan
but I don't see
görüyor,
anyone
ha, oradan
rotating
fark.
to support that.
So the big indicator there is if you see Redgar or
Ben
Nats.
sadece görünüyor mu görünmüyor mu
Again,
diye
they're
uçuyorum
trying
işte
to
abi.
counter
Vuramıyorum ben.
Zeke's ultimate here with how deep Nats
Yok,
is
şimdi o
playing
kadar
with
demiyorum
strap
ben
wise
sana.
and spike count available.
Yok abi ben kötü bir oyuncuyum. Hiç zaman iyi bir oyuncu
Yo,
olduğumu
estağfurullah.
söylemiyorum.
Kimse öyle bir şey demedi amına koyayım.
Allah
Şimdi şey
Allah.
yapma.
Hayır siz öyle bir şey demediniz. Ben kendimi hiçbir zaman iyi bir oyuncu olarak görmedim.
Ne oluyor abi?
Mesela baksana
Ne oluyor
iyi
abi?
oyuncu olsam böyle smoke'tan vururum herkese herhalde değil mi? Bence öyle olur.
Oo.
Sıkmayın lan
Bir
çocuğu.
şey söyleyeceğim. Bir tane adam vurdu smoke'tan. Ağlama. Gayet iyi oynadı.
Hayır iki tane vurdu. 2 tane vurdu.
Hayır bir tane vurdu. Diğerini gördü amına koyayım.
Hepsini görmedi. Bak nasıl tarıyorlar bak. Bak işte ha. İkinciyi de vur şimdi şey dosta. Ferit insta göt olsun. Ne olur lan smoke'tan vur.
Lan salak Kürü herkesten daha çok vurdu smoke'tan. Kürü'ye niye laf etmedin?
Ettim dün ona da ettim.
Kürü neydi amına koyayım?
Etmedin.
Vallahi ettim billahi ettim.
Ettim.
Gotta give this one up.
There it is,
Good
walk
try
on
anyway.
in. Only gonna get 1 and 3 seconds left. Still gets Redgar, but it's gonna be 3.
Fırlattı mouse'u.
Great adjustment. Fantastic read once again from Gambit. Those trap wires would have been huge if they could have got past the choke point.
Lan bir konuş bakayım. Sil Sami
And
babadan
now
oğla.
there is more than just a window of opportunity. The
Sen
door's
de
been
yapıyorsun
opened.
Sami.
This could be
Evet,
5-7.
önemli
Have a
round.
look at what's coming back in for this though for Ascend. They are down a
Cino direkt
resource.
ultili açarak
Phone
başladı.
call there. Purchase not perfect. Let's see what they can do. Looks like an A hit coming in.
Again, look, Defo controlling all of B main.
Agresif
Already the
oynanabilir.
rotation.
31 kaldı yüzüne.
Redgar göründü.
Exceedingly strong from Gambit, but they still have to deal with the pressure that's coming their way. Redgar!
Vur şunu vur şunu.
Abi inanamıyorum ya.
Deals with such pressure so well.
Adam kayarak
And
vurdu kanka.
Starzo
Eli bir cimok
knows he
yediyerek
is now
vurdu ya.
just absolutely surrounded. The
Kanka
spikes in
7-5'e
everything.
ne ara geldi?
He
Amına
cannot
koyayım
get
7-1
across
falan
that.
değil miydi bir?
This
7-2
would
falan
need
değil miydi ya?
Somewhat of a miracle here.
Another round where you see them almost baited it.
Early, they caught him on some
Beni siklesene siker miydin lan?
A main and pushing
Nasıl?
into market
Bir
over
dakika,
at
o mu
B
benim, ben mi?
Canadian
Hayır,
once.
beni yani,
He
beni.
had no success
İlklerini.
right? The Blade Storm whiffs.
Beni,
Didn't
kıyamam ki.
matter.
Beni lan
Gambit
beni
didn't
beni.
need
Amına
that
koydum
because
beni. Ha seni mi?
Active
Evet beni.
compared to Gambit.
Şizoyu
Seni
sikleyecek.
sikerim
Şizoyu
kanka.
sikleyecek.
Seni hobi
They
olarak
really
da
does.
sikerim.
Nasıl sikersin ya kanka? Bir dakika ya bu nasıl bir kıyam? Nasıl yani?
Terbiyesizler, muhabbetlere bak.
Brought a lot of those first rounds into the game along with Bone Cold. Once Gambit figured that out, you mentioned the null command on round 10, how they sat back and everything was available from both Redgar and Nats to
Diyebilir
use in the
miyiz?
round.
Kesinlikle diyebiliriz.
Tell how comfortable they are in reading it.
Yani onu o işin kaşarı olmuşlar ya. Mental olayının kaşarı olmuşlar. Kendinden çok eminler yani. Kritik roundlar. Kritik demiştim abi. Kritik.
It's the big question, isn't it? Because
Mental
I think
kaşar.
most of us, when we look at this matchup on paper, if it starts at 2-0 for Gambit, the reverse sweep becomes
Evet. Kritik round.
at that point.
First
Now
round.
they are
Pistol
also
roundu.
wrong.
Gambit alırsa maça ortak oluyor.
They do need this.
They do. In terms of confidence, in terms of stabilizing in a best of 5 series, this is huge for them to close out. And not to throw another lead.
Let's go.
Yeah, I think that's the bigger point, right? Is that mental game between these two will become
Yes.
so hard to get around. It starts with this. The pistol in the second half can set you up and tee you up. to get to those double digits for Ascend. That could be
Nice.
incredible for them.
Mo atamadı bu arada. Depoya yazar.
Step in towards that pick towards main. Eyeing up the spike though, it's working up short.
Gambit drifting towards this three-player stack. Actually, the Trailblazer gonna plant the seed of doubt.
Oy, çok güzel be. Çok güzel, çok güzel. Bir anda 2v5.
They are still holding the right place in the right time. Shados is about to be in danger and he is. Zeke is taking control of this round.
Ne yapabileceksin Defo? Hadi bakalım fındık.
Cino çıkıp bir tane atsana.
Çok güzel. Çok güzel. 8-5 hatta 9-5 diyebiliriz.
To potentially shutting down what could be a Gambit chapter.
A nice little setup there on Amen. This is the sort of thing I've talked about. If Ascend are able to get a good read, they set up and they look so comfortable to greet this pressure. Zeke actually playing closer contact, but cNed baiting them in almost, playing just behind bricks there, taking first contact and waiting for Zeke to counter peek. Look for Ascend to try and replicate that in a few of these rounds on their defense.
Aa, Cino en uçta mı oturuyor?
Ona 5.
Sen çok iyi dedikten sonra falan çok iyi diyeceğim. Sen demesen demeyeceğim.
Yo demeyeceğim kanka.
And cNed's willingness, we've seen a similar play actually here with that smoke just coming out of heaven.
Götün de kaçın.
Calling my ass.
Tamam. Again, it's weird, it's unorthodox. Gambit aren't prepared for that sort of thing. And now Ascend. In total control of the second half, really looking for
Bu arada
Gambit to make
Starzo gerçekten burada 2 kill'den az alsaydı sıkıntı çıkardı onu söyleyeyim.
We're looking at one more buy round, Lauren.
Starzo direkt ölseydi kanka.
Evet.
It's not over till it's over though with Gambit.
No, exactly.
Until that final round, that final kill ticks
Çekmişler.
over.
Yani
It ain't
light.
there, and they know that, and Ascend need to know that now too.
Yeah, Gambit. Throw a little
Neyse.
into this round.
Silah var.
Cino agresif.
Sure what's behind it, but they want to do some damage, maybe keep the economy in check on the side of Ascend. Will be noted now. Lots of contact around the map. Gambit look poised. Actually, again, leaning towards a three-player stack on the side of Ascend.
It's the B main control that's making me so nervous.
There's almost no weakness here for Gambit
Zeke.
to identify.
He's still got a flash.
Evet,
He's still got what he needs. And he's been holding this for a while.
Nice.
And they line up so perfectly. Takes down Nats with ease. cNed still controlling towards middle.
Oy,
Down behind.
çok
Flash
iyi.
in the swing. It's everything you wanted. But with Bone Cold going down, mid's now a little open. And cNed has to be ready for what's coming his way. He reads it well. He repositions well. But he has to fall back from the angle.
He's also managed to get out, but again,
10 saniye.
confirm now Shados's presence in B main.
Koruyacaklar.
But time.
There's nothing left for them to do here, Lauren.
They have
ama
no
deponun
time
yeri
to be
sıkıntı
playing
biraz.
with here.
Ya,
There's
ya.
no more picks to be
Alabilirim ben.
had. This is going to be 12 on the board. I don't think Gambit can do anything to deny it and Ascend make it to 12. And I've got to say from start to finish, Zeke and cNed that round.
Sakiniz chat,
Lovely
sakiniz.
coordination between the two.
12-5. Hiç sıkıntı yok.
Poglarınızı
It's
tutun
night and
abi.
day.
Pog
Pog
wait.
atmayın.
This is what you want to see from Ascent in terms of momentum, holding on to it.
No park
Again,
policy
maintaining that
remain
pace, maintaining that level of
dediğimiz
control.
olay.
Aynen
We've
öyle.
seen before. Gambit looked lost for answers this time around.
Ogwait'i eklememiş miyim lan
We
ben?
haven't seen the
Ogwait
timeouts
vardı ya.
coming in,
No.
any of this. They're
Check
just going
wait
through
var,
the
check wait
motions.
Any value from this
Ogwait de
default,
çok iyi.
which we credit Gambit for so often.
Yeah. Well, Ascend have...
Look at the setup here.
Yeah, they are so prepared for this. And away we go. cNed goes in anti-flash. Oh, that could have been the icing on the cake. It's not to be. Nats,
Cino.
the destroyer of dreams,
Dememiş.
happy on the other side. And Vestio as well. Zeke has to respect this now.
Trying to pick up the pace a little bit here.
Görmedim.
Zeke. I thought he had him dead to rights. It wasn't to be. This is scrappy.
Çok
That's
iyi
not
lan.
where Gambit
Stars
thrive. It's where Ascend come online. They find so much momentum in the brutality of it all. Shados, Redgar, and Defo. Killers, be careful now. There's two players. He's going to make mincemeat of one.
Anti
It's a good trade
anti.
out. It's enough to secure the site for the spike plant.
2v3 ya.
A little opportunity here for them to set up. They're not going to play this aggressively. Shados might even have an opportunity
Shados
to drift
bir
back
tık
to the
sıkıntı
B
yere
main.
girdi.
Huge for Gambit in this post plant. Bone Cold 40
Çok dertli yer burası ya.
First contact on the way back in.
Flashback up in a couple of seconds as well. Shados can run this now. A pivotal position, and Redgar wants to try and play off the back of it as well. That's the first challenge. He wins. Shados, that is everything he needed, but Redgar is right there in support.
Derdo yer abi, derdo yer.
Well, and Gambit
Olur,
at
olur,
least
olur,
get
olur.
another on the
Orada
board. If
Bonkold
this
ne
can
yapıyordu
continue,
anlamadım
I
ben bu
don't
arada.
know, but it's enough at least to get over the line there.
Well, they need a couple more. They need to be flawless in terms of building up the economy. But a lifeline at least for Gambit. 6 more to find.
Easier said.
Buradan döner mi?
Yeah. For any
Yorum
other
yok.
team.
Yeah. Very valid point.
Ben de bir
speaking
şey
of
söylemek
Ultimate,
istiyorum.
we haven't
Teşekkürler sağ olun.
talked much about it. I mean, we've still got Stars on his,
Not been
cNed's
an
got
awful lot
his.
of reliance on.
No, not really. Shadow says his defo is his. It's not been the biggest part of this. And Bone Cold just destroyed 2 of them. Look at the HP on Nats and Shados. No
Nets
way.
öldü bile.
This is how it goes down. Defo slices through, refusing to.
On the side of Ascend, whether or not that's trying to maintain the economy or
Ahmet Erdi 9. ayın kutlu olsun.
trying to make sure they can continue purchasing operators for cNed. Gambit again look to explore mid. Spike not committed anywhere just yet, so Gambit want to try and find an engagement, create an opening for themselves.
Bok gibi Vandal bu arada bu.
Hayır, bence çok güzel.
Sesi bok gibi.
Ha, sesi evet böyle şey.
Konkot bravo.
But Defo
Kiles
looking
dikkat.
like he might be on track for a trade, and he is. That's Killer's now punished towards the top mid, which will cut off some of these rotations.
4v4.
That's actually a huge pick to garner.
Yani Bonk oldum biraz belki geride beklemesi mi gerekiyor? Ultisi var çünkü.
Now with the flash, it should give Ascend a good idea of what's about to go down.
Defo, you still need to be key
Çok iyi.
in this one, and Bone Cold's got him.
Çok iyi.
Temizsiniz be oğlum be. Temizsiniz be
Çok
oğlum
güzel.
be.
This could be the one. This could be the round to take him
Hiçbir
across
şey
the line.
yapamaz.
Nats
Sıkın
goes
kafasına.
to the line.
Nice.
Nice lan.
And Ascend
Eski olan. Helal lan Duru. Bravo lan.
13-7. There is life in them yet.
And that's huge.
Hadi, hadi, hadi.
In terms of
1-1.
best of 5 to answer back after a
Tertemiz.
deflating finish to map 1. The confidence for Ascend now.
Fracture'a gidiyoruz.
Bracket reset, right? It comes down now to a best of 3. I don't want to talk about the veto just yet, but
We'll talk about that soon.
next map is particularly interesting.
It is, and there'll be, I'm sure the desk will touch on it as well, but I know you have really wanted to talk about that one. But let's kind of talk about